Controls the first face-off of our evening, and darting was named a Patriot League second-teamer earlier today. The action just underway as Colgate controls the first face-off of our evening, and darting in for the game's first goal right out of the gate, it's Owen Callahan for just the second career goal for the senior. And now the Terriers will take the face-off after a violation at the X by Colgate. So we'll see if the Terriers can come back down and match the opening possession from the Raiders. These two teams have played twice this season, with the Terriers taking both matchups. The most recent matchup came back on the 10th at Colgate. It was a 14-10 win for the Terriers. And both teams coming into the playoffs having lost their last two games as well, though Colgate played Army very tough in their regular season finale. Here's a shot and a score right back. It's Louis Perfetto who evens things up.
Or softball, you're basically conceding that side of the diamond and saying, I dare you to try. It's a risky maneuver that works sometimes, as Terriers are going to cause another turnover here. Excellent work by the short stick Phillips.
Good work to re-secure it by Colgate. Another deflected pass attempt. This one Nicholas Ellerton got a piece of. And again, it's going to be secured by Colgate. It's been anything but a pretty possession here, and they have a fresh 80 to work with. They can try to settle down here. Sposita starts towards the middle, will turn and give it up. And a shot taken and converted on that time.
Again, got whistled for unsportsmanlike conduct. So the ball went back to BU despite the push that was called on Gallup. It's being served, however, by Minicus. So there's a lot going on here. Here in the relay thing, I've been told a couple of different things, but the long story short is that the on-field call was a push on BU, but the unsportsmanlike after the fact gave the Terriers the ball.
That is where we are right now. D'Alto with a low shot. It's saved and almost skeeted by Sean Collins, but he's able to get that netting down on top of it before it did. He made an initial save and a secondary, but it's right back. Perfetto's able to cause the turnover and shoot all in one motion. Terriers have just 2-2 so far through the first quarter and 3 minutes.
BU's looking to get some of the playoff mojo back on their side.
Here's Quadrino turning around and firing one. And it goes wide, but the play is backed up here by Baugher.
Well, with the women's teams playing up in Hamilton yesterday, Colgate winning a hard-fought 15-13 decision there. And then, of course, Colgate women's soccer knocking BU out in the tournament this year on this field. The BU athletic program feels like they're due for one, and this men's lacrosse team is certainly capable of delivering in that regard.
Especially, you got to feel like they're pretty confident after the two victories against this team earlier this season, and Quadrino goes low.
Still a young program. It's only their 8th year as a Division I team. Looking forward to using him as a cornerstone for years to come.
Roy Meyer had dreams of scoring a goal on that trip down there, but he had no help. Colgate was able to force a turnover after a long draw, or excuse me, a face-off battle that went quite a few seconds there before BU emerged victorious. So Colgate back to work now. They look for an equalizer. Just under 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. He scored the game's first goal, and they've scored the game's latest goal. That's Adam Salvaggio again. His second.
That along with Quadrino, and they'll get lay back next season as well, that this attack is in excellent hands moving forward. Just need to find a way to step up here in this game.
Colgate looking to grab the lead back if they can. Sposita will turn and fire one towards Mike Hawkins. He's got a lot of space between him and the goal. Here's Brian Minicus. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Shot taken, goes firing by. Gainey saw it go by his front left. In position was Colgate to back it up. Down towards 10 seconds on the possession clock. Ball pops free, re-secured, and Sposita.
Fit for them is that they're all on tough angles, and that's the game plan for Carwick's defense. He's just basically daring BU to score worldy goals to beat Collins, and he's making all the easy saves. That's why they've only put the ball in the net 3 times in 33 minutes, or 32 and a half.
Another attempt for Baugher. This one bounces behind the cage, but I think it hit off it again, and now we get another fresh 80 with D'Alto in position yet again to back it up. The Terriers have had all the right positioning, and how about that shot from D'Alto?
So Colgate will get a swirl of momentum from that effort. Nothing to show for it on the score sheet.
Looked like maybe they were getting ready to give the ball back to Colgate. A quick discussion between the officials, and it's going to stay here. Quadrino will swing one over to Forziati. Nothing open, so he goes back to D'Alto. Cutter in the middle, and it's Collins who's able to finish.
They look on that possession anyway. You can live with that. If you're BU, you got to keep your foot on the throttle here. It's what their ride does so well, and keep that momentum right where it is.
Again, they're able to force a turnover. Tommy Jepson now looking to try to exploit a quick opportunity. It's not quite going to present itself. D'Alto staying patient as he's being towed there by Sadari, Perfetto tries one, and he skips it home.
Roster is you got your personal hype train there on the sideline when things are going well for you, especially at home in a season where we're unfortunately not able to have fans here at Nickerson. It's kind of using that energy from the bench. It's infectious, and ride the wave here, and they've done so to the tune of their first multi-goal lead of the contest.
They're looking for more as well. Here's D'Alto. Lots of defense all over him. Tries to turn around and shoot anyway. Clock will reset after it was saved. And then Perfetto, who grabbed the rebound out of midair, tried to do something similar, only without the jump on the shot attempt.
Well, Collins adjusted because D'Alto scored the mirror image of that goal from the other side, on the other side of the break. Collins knew that was a possibility, tries the half question mark again, and this time stonewalls him.
Jepson is able to finish. Jepson has done a great job. They have to go back on the penalty kill here after Ellerton gets whistled off for unnecessary roughness for a minute. Here is Hawkins from a tough angle, and I believe it was deflected.
Yeah, Meyer got the long pole in the way there.
Hawkins gives one up. Another long shot is rifled in. Salvaggio, who's had some success here today. Again, it's backed up by Colgate. Michael Minicus, the younger of the two, gets it right back. Sposita now with 50 seconds on the possession clock and just 20 seconds on the penalty. Thought about a try that time, Minicus. Colgate still looking for their options. They finally find another goal. It's Adam Salvaggio.
With play, throws that shoulder, nothing dirty about it, but clearly hindering any Terrier's ability to get the ball, and kind of stole a possession there.
That is the first unsuccessful clear of the game for the Terriers.
Yeah, and all it took was them causing their own turnover, pinned back deep, and just flung on ahead almost aimlessly. He did what he had to do there. He did the right thing. But that's what it takes to prevent this BU team from clearing. They're that good at it in system.
Sposita seeing a good defense from Robert Gallup here. 2 minutes to go in the third. Crashing in towards the cage with a goal. Brian Minicus finally gets on the board, his 14th of the season. Now go on the clear.
Well, they tried to get Minicus to feed the cutter. Cadigan made an excellent move towards the center, but now BU, after going a perfect 17 for 17, 0 for their last two, and here come the Raiders.
Will Rosenblatt with a great play on the long stick, or with the long stick in the midfield, I should say. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Shot clock a non-factor now as Mike Hawkins will hold behind the cage for a moment. Now Hawkins starts in, looks towards the middle. Ball sailed off the stick. Attempt that time by Minicus. They're trying to get their two best involved. Just 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Minicus starts in from behind, feeds towards the middle, and this game is tied up.
Into Bethlehem.
So Minicus got himself involved there towards the end of the third. He's yet to see anything from Hawkins, the leading goal scorer for Colgate this season, but Minicus had A goal and assist there late, 14 goals, 19 assists now, 33 points for the junior.
Both Gainey and Collins have kind of flown under the radar here in the second half. You get the feeling both of them are going to be asked to step up and make one save that there is no expectation they should make. Steal a goal, and
there's a shot, and Colgate has the hot hand right now.
Team that for the first time in a really long time has had a bit of uncertainty between the sticks. I mean, you had Christian Carson Bannister for how long, and then he handed it over to Joe McSorley, who was so solid over the course of his career. Now you've got a competition, which is a good thing because it has kept both Gainey and Garber on their toes, but at the same time, you don't have that experience in net, and Gainey was almost faultless in the first half, but again, going to have to step up here in the second.
Colgate continues to dominate on the face-offs as well. They just won their 12th out of 18. Here's Sposita. Fires back towards Minicus in the middle. Suddenly it's Colgate in the driver's seat again. Here's Minicus with a feed in tight. And another finish.
An average against BU. And especially how they've been since they failed on 3 of their first 9. Much better since.
Sposita being chased. Gives it up. Goal on this trip for Colgate would go a long way with under 10 minutes to play. Here is Minicus working around the pseudo screen. Back towards the middle, tries to bounce one home, and it ends up wide of the target. Under 20 seconds on the possession clock here as Cadigan retrieves it. Hawkins. Now he tries to ring the number again, and he rings the bell. Hawkins with another goal. He was quiet early, but this is his...
For Sposita's thinking about a shot before he receives it. It's an uncaused turnover and a gift for the Terriers, but the fact remains they got to get the offense going. This game was 7-7 heading into the fourth, and it's been 3-0 over the last 10 minutes for Colgate. And remember, they ended the half on a 3-0 run as well.
And you've alluded to it, though, that even with Terriers, if they can get some goals, they're going to also need to start winning some face-offs, which has been an issue for them as well.
Still, though, I mean, 5 minutes, 3 goals in lacrosse is very doable, especially with this offense. And D'Alto and Perfetto have really found their offensive stroke as of late.
The Terriers have showed they can score in bunches, especially here today. Baugher with the setup and the finish for Tommy Bork. His 9th of the year. Goes back to X. Really staying patient. Gainey turned all the way around looking at him. Minicus now comes all the way back around, tries his own shot, rings the crossbar, and goes right to Brendan Jordan.
Well, fresh 80, but... Oh, you saw it there. Gainey just gave the post a little Marc-Andre Fleury-style tap. Just saying thank you for keeping us in this game.
Saved the goal, but as you mentioned, fresh 80 to work with. That ball bounced right to Brendan Jordan. Could have been in a better spot to pick up the rebound. They can take this down to pretty much the 2-minute mark if they hold for the entire possession clock. But no need to, as there's a wide open net in front for Brian Minicus, who just bounces one home. And Colgate back up by 3, 11-8. Minicus is found.
One save he was going to have to make, and he made it. There's that weird play in transition where they were right on the doorstep.
Speaking of on the doorstep, Quadrino from Perfetto can't finish. The ground ball is picked up by Colgate. And now they'll just try to keep away for the last few seconds of this one, as it's launched down the other end of the field with 2.2 seconds to go. It'll be put back into play, but that'll do it. Colgate has won the quarterfinal matchup here as the 3 seed against the 2-seeded Boston University Terriers. They will advance to the Patriot League semifinal and take on Lehigh.